Touchdown. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Red square,
Touchdown.
what's a buckle for me friend them?
Touchdown.
Something to believe in. It's true.
But my wallet out when it comes to you. You give me something to believe in. You give me something to believe in.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome again to another episode of Music and Marriage Podcast. My name is Nikita. I am your host, and this is my co-host.
I'm like Red Square, and we're there. Another lovely evening in Kingston, Jamaica. You don't know, election is on the tips of the tongues of everyone. You know, it's coming up September 3rd. You know what I mean? So, you don't know. Kingston, Jamaica, election vibration. I remember a time when I was a youth when, you know, I was born 1983, for all who don't know. And, you know, in the 1980s, 1980 to be exact, before I was born, Jamaica had its bloodiest election ever. A lot of people died, you know, because of, you know, political affiliation. 1984 and then 1988 was, you know, those 2 years were also trouble years. I can remember because, you know, I was born then, and, you know, by 88 I was old enough to understand certain vibration. And just observation, basically, we see that things kind of get better. You know, war now go on, all the people now dead and them things because of political affiliation, and we applaud the people them for that. We have born the government same way, and we have born election same way, because we don't really do nothing for the people per se. So until they start fulfill on the duties of
these manifestos
of public service, you know, we're gonna continue to burn the fire. You see it? So yeah. A lot of people when we are go out, they go vote. Be mindful, be careful, know who you vote for.
Please, Jamaica.
And, you know, just you know, be conscious.
To piggyback off of what he's talking about, it's election time, yes. But remember that we are still going through a pandemic. And it is necessary for you guys to be safe, because at the end of the day, when you guys are all gone because of this pandemic, because you're putting yourself out there at risk just to go and vote, which election can postpone until another time. But as you really should see it, like, it's no care for the people.
A power over everything
Jamaica,
else.
we've just had at least over 200 cases in one day. That's a lot for our small island.
245, I think, to be exact.
Like, that's a lot. So just please, you guys are going out, continue to social distance. Continue to practice social distancing.
Yes.
Continue to wear your mask. Continue to wash your hands. Use the sanitizers. Just be safe and be careful out there. Wherever campaign trail you decide to follow, do you, but just be safe at the same time.
If you can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know the thing go election, so it go difficult. People go out there do them things. People already are rally out there and a rally and a bunch up together and all these things. So it's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
So do the best you can, you know what I mean?
Keep on a distance. Try to stay home as much as possible. If you feel like, say, you want to go vote on the day of election. But until then, keep on yourself inside. You know, I say, speaking of this, you know, I see them have up orange Lamborghini and green Benz.
Really?
And then in the comments, it's like, because they're saying which member or which party ride you'd rather be in, or some foolishness like that. And it's like, these politicians are really taking people hard-earned money that they could be using to better the country. to help so many people who have lost their jobs, especially during this pandemic right now that we're going through. Like, y'all rather take that money and go rent a freaking Lamborghini and a Benz to just hype? For what reason? Like, or not really think straight, like the government is just
I just a
bunch of
master mentality.
yeah, like it's just ridiculous,
They
man.
don't really care. Basically, people are get them like a $2,000, $3,000, you know.
Yeah,
little
but
thing
$2
in them
grand,
pocket.
$3 grand. All right, when you equate that
You know?
in US, $2 grand is what? Like $15.
Less than, yeah.
What you can do with that? You can't even survive off of that. You can't even find a proper meal off of $1,500.
Definitely.
$2,000 can't do nothing for you. Like,
Well,
what?
the thing about it, Nikita, is that, and I digress. People in Jamaica have this mindset, and we can't really, and let me not just say mindset alone. In general, we can't really equate the US dollar to the Jamaican dollar in terms of market that we are in.
Okay.
Because a man can get a $2,000 and he can buy a 2 bills food round there, sir, and he can buy a 2 bills juice round there, sir, and that can probably last him for the week. You understand? Because him not a responsibility that the ghetto him living in, him not paying a light, him not paying a water. Him not have certain responsibilities where a person will live in a neighborhood where have to pay bills have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if him get all of $10,000 now, that I gonna last him. I'm gonna make sure so that last him because the thing them when I use it do. A little him can buy a 50 bag. Him can buy a 1 Guinness. Him can buy him 250
Yeah,
food.
but you see, the thing is, my thing
it's
is,
like
but
them use
yeah,
the politician use the mentality there to them own benefit. Them know that the youths them think them way. Them know say the youths them desperate. Them know say ghetto people have a sort of desperation about them sometimes at times. And them know say ghetto people also have this strong political affiliation to parties. So them use the whole melting pot of ingredients there to lower the people them to do them bidding.
So
And them must see.
it's all manipulation because I don't understand how somebody could come to me and give me $2,000, no matter which part I live in the world. Like, that can't really
$2,000 and a chicken.
Like, but yet still you are drive up your Benz and you are rent BMW and Lamborghini and them things come floss pan we come vote, but you give me $2,000 out of that.
Yeah, so
when I don't take it and tell you if I bring it back a year dead mama.
The system, man. That's how politicians have been manipulating the people for a very long time in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Them use the fact that you're poor, and them use the fact that you live in a certain degradation.
But the question now is, when they get to youth, some can realize that they're being used. When are you going to take that step to say, all right, I'm not going to really sit down and take certain things, or I'm going to try to get better for myself so I don't have to depend on them.
Enough ghetto youth out there we know better and I do better. So it's not necessarily a stigma to say only ghetto people are face this thing. You understand me? I say, or I go through them type of manipulation there. You understand me? I say? Because we all know that politics is the rich man's game. A straight manipulation there, that's something there. You understand me? I say?
That's
so
a fact.
we know that. But the fact of the matter is, I get the people are the poor people. And when you have a little change to give them, and them know so them can't get it from nowhere else and them need it right now, for maybe even buy can do something for them daughter, if him have one daughter, if him have one son, him can buy him son a meal for the rest of the week or whatever. He might go take it.
Yeah, but then what after that? You're just getting,
you're just being stuffed. But
you're being stuffed with promises of changes, and yet still year after year, y'all still in the same situation, but yet still you're not trying to say, okay.
The majority not care about that.
That's crazy.
The majority not care about that. Them rather to be manipulated, and that's why I feel like that one of the things that aids the dysfunction in our families, in our black families, in our ghetto families. You know what I mean? That's because you have youths out there where neglect them duties of being a boyfriend or a father. Because of the fact that them know so them will get a little thing round there so and them not have to do much feet. Other than just relax themselves until certain things time come round for a man call upon him to say you go do that. And then him go do it without care because him know say the big man I get a little food from the bigger man. And when the big man get a little food from the bigger man, him know him go get for him little piece of change. And him not have to do much other than just take two little talk from the dan for go do this or go do that round the sun. Come back. Understand? And for the rest of the time, when that now go on, him willing for God to go eat him little food here and there. And him comfortable with that. Comfortable with the life there.
No man, that mentality them, I can't say that. I
Yeah.
can't say that none at all. I
Yeah,
can't
view
support
the
that.
way I see further, you know. But for the most part, I saw the garrison run.
That is definitely like manipulation, mind twisting type things. Like I don't really see it like, but I understand how we continue to be fooled by these things.
Some of
Because
us
it's
want to
something
be.
that it's constantly year after year,
We
like
accept it because
their
it-
grandparents and the parents and everybody come down in line, and you see 4 generations of them are run behind truck and I scream PMPR. What they do? Power shower.
it has
like
become our
it-
culture.
That
You
shit
know,
is
it
crazy.
has become a part of us.
That shit is crazy.
You understand? And you don't know once something become a part of you and becomes a culture, it's hard to break free from that now. You understand what I say? And this culture brings forth dysfunction. Really look upon it and think about how the youth them in the ghetto see life. See, enough of them not care about being a good father.
That is true.
You understand what I say? Enough of the girl them not care about being a good mother. Them just want to go out there go.
They don't want to be a wife. They just want to be a baby mama
Yeah.
and just be out here tightening and bopping it
Yeah,
all
them just
over.
want to go out there get them little eat them little food and go party tonight and now
No, say the
business about what
bundles
go on
is
with the
down,
baby tomorrow.
lashes, none business about September morning
Yeah.
when school for start and book for buy.
And this is all because of the culture that we have come to just accept.
Because them know say September morning treat I go keep, so them know say them get a little book and them get a
Exactly.
bag and somebody from foreign I go bring them a school shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's for the people who are the ones that are given. You're somewhat enabling the foolishness.
Yeah, and to be fair, me are one of them person who enable certain things.
Trust me, me know.
You understand what I say? But sometimes when you look within yourself, what you gonna do? You
Sometimes you have
speak,
to give
you
tough
talk.
love, but you have to give tough love.
Yeah, tough love
You
to
have
what
to give
degree?
tough- Listen, it don't matter to what degree until you learn your lesson, until you understand what it is that I'm trying to make you understand. Like, because
And
it's
take
for your
away
own
from
good.
a little baby.
It's
tough
not
love
necessarily.
and take away
no,
from your
I'm not.
child.
Listen to me. All right, in a situation like that, all right, to say, all right, I have a sister or somebody that live in a garrison, and she don't have it to take care of the kids them, but yet still she have 3, 4, 5 kids and she pregnant again. Yeah, your ass gonna get some tough love. Because at this point, it's not you thinking or caring about your children. It's about you doing what you want to do because you know that there's gonna be help. That's the difference. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
In situations like that now, tough love have to stand. Listen, whether your kids have to suffer yes or no for your actions, you're gonna have to figure that out. Because at the end of the day, if I continue to do for you, you're never gonna understand what it is to be on your own and to do for yourself and to gain that independence. So I'm going to continue to be doing this forever and ever and ever until one of us die. Like, that makes no sense. Especially if that person is not your child. You should not be taking care of anyone to that extent or their children. Especially if they're my baby father and the baby father, they rode a floss and a pop buckle and all them things. You're mad?
Dysfunction, man. Dysfunction, you know.
Because you see a lot of that in our neighborhoods where there's single mothers trying to survive and trying to take care of their children or child. And then the father's out here popping bottles and doing this. And then when she do catch a little change, how will come her way, she not really thinking about the youths them. She thinking about, oh, she forget her ear done and her lashes done, her nails done, because she have to look her next man. But at the end of the day, not realizing, so when you find the next man, it still can be disappointment because what is for him is for him. What him have on a year one,
Yes.
I feel him on. So you can't sit down and depend upon what him a go give her, oh, you're going to find the next man for him take care of you. No. You're going to always be suffering. You're going to always be starving if you're going to have to wait for somebody else to bring the food to you.
Right.
You got to learn how to do that shit yourself. And if you can't do it yourself, then it's going to be a hard life you're going to be living. And especially if you
And then that'll
continue
go
to have
trickle
kids.
down. That'll
Yeah,
go
but if
trickle
you
down to
continue,
your chil-
but
to the
that's
children.
that's a decision you have to make as a parent. Because at the end of the day, raising a child is not only financial. It's about teaching them and preparing them for the world outside.
Yeah, but you were never prepared.
What you mean?
Because there's
Yeah,
a
but
cycle
there was
that
never-
is in place, a system that is in
Yeah,
place
but there's
that
men.
does
There are
not
many,
prepare
but
you.
there are many females out here that break the cycle. There are many females that
there's-
are
there-
males
there-
out here that break the cycle.
there-
So
there
that's
are
not
number, but the
that's not
number
an
is not
excuse.
great. The
No,
number-
that's not an excuse. It's
It's not
all
an
about the
excuse.
ambition.
Yeah,
It's all about
definitely.
the person's ambition.
Definitely.
Because you could be in the ghetto. I know enough ghetto girls will have them thing together and them a chop. And when you
Definitely.
look on them, I can't tell say no uptown or in the suburbs them live.
Definitely.
Like they on point. You get what I'm saying? And them kids clean to the ground where them a walk on. So it's all about the ambition because, as you said, when you know, say you can't sit down and wait for your man or the done for to get more money from the bigger than for say, all right, say a little change.
That cycle. That cycle.
You can't sit down and get
that
comfortable
system,
with that
culture.
complacency. You can't do it.
That culture, man. It's that culture that's all started
Yeah, but
at
we
the
have
top.
to. But we have to break that stigma. We have to break that cycle that we're going through because at the end of the day, if we're not breaking it, our kids and their kids gonna continue to come doing the same thing,
have the
and we would
dysfunction in our
never
communities.
gain, and we would never gain generational wealth.
Definitely.
That's one thing that these white folks have over us. They have generational wealth. They do something that we not thinking about. Us black people, we just thinking about flossing, impressing others, and just trying to make sure we look clean as ever. That's not the goal. The goal is to set something for your children so when you're gone and done, them can't say, all right, I have this business or I have this thing that my mom left, this house or something where they can know it's an asset. It's something that can help them better
And
themselves.
these things
in
are
life.
happening in Jamaica and all over the Caribbean and all over the world, you know what I mean?
Yes, but it's not as much as it should be.
Not on a great magnitude.
It's
but-
not as
but
much
it's
as
happening.
it should be.
So we need to
It's
kind of be
happening
more...
on a slow pace. We need to pick it up a little bit more.
We need to be more vocal
Yeah.
and
because
we need to promote certain...
because people feel like talking about certain things like
Yeah.
this or actually interacting with others is something that's against, oh, you're letting people in or you're telling too much of your business. It's not about that. A lot of people even look at us and say, oh, we're doing this and we're talking about our life. Yes, we're talking about our life because this is therapy for us, one. And what our story can be somebody else's testimony where they don't have to go through the same foolishness we went
Right.
through because they understood and they learned from what we went through,
Yeah.
from what we've shared.
Yeah.
So it's all about balancing and knowing what you need to do and just how to do certain things at times. But
Yeah.
we
have
just
to find
gotta
a
do
way
better.
We have to find a way
We
to
have
break
to
the
do
stigma
better.
in our communities, you know, to break this culture of
yeah.
of I
Being
don't want to
manipulated
say
easily by
yeah,
the government and being
Yeah,
told
yeah.
certain things and given
have to
certain
be
lies,
more- have to
like
be
all these
wiser.
manifestos that they're coming out with. I don't really know much about Jamaica politics, but I know that this manifesto thing I saw, how many years, I'm sure this has been going on for years when they bring out these manifestos before election, but yet still how many of these promises are fulfilled?
zero most of the time.
So why y'all keep listening to them and letting them give y'all this foolishness?
Because-
And then on the go get themselves
because-
sick now in a pandemic for go vote for next month.
Because the system
Hey.
set a way where a man feel like there is no other way, there's no other hope.
There's another way. Same way how
You
they
know,
got there,
them
you could
can't
build
get
it and
by.
grind from the bottom. There's nothing wrong
And
with
then-
doing it from scratch.
And then in the schools, the curriculum now promote self-worth.
Yeah.
It now promote you know,
Handiness.
Marcus
working with
Garvey
your
teachings.
hands, working, building
you know,
things.
it now promote them thing that and the youth them so distracted now by you know
phones
everything.
and everything, social
So
media.
it get even worse and worse and worse.
So that's why we as
The
parents
breakdown,
have to be able to
you know?
able to communicate these things with our children and show them the examples that they need to be seeing and set. Because at the end
We
of
need
the
to go
day,
in the communities.
yeah,
We need to talk to the people in the communities. You know, where we come from. And try to get a better understanding of what you know the reasons. When we have a guest them we need to probably ask them these questions to like their perspective on it and you know why is there this disconnect in our communities where you know man just now want be a good father. Our man just now want be a good husband or our man glorify having more than one woman and not just understanding that you need to set a foundation with your family and build from there. We need to understand the psyche behind these things we are going in our community. You understand me? I say in order to kind of break it.
Yeah.
Because a man need to realize, say, brother, when you have 10 women and 10 pick me out there and you don't have a dollar, then how it gonna work? You just contribute to the breaking down of our society, of our society, of our surroundings, of your community. You know? So you have to kind of a meds,
yeah.
you know, we need for have guests because we need for reason and figure out. We need to hear from you in the comments. We know when we are talk things like this, we need to hear from Uno because it will benefit the people and what we love.
Yeah.
You know, when we open about certain reasonings. You know what I mean? So we need to hear from Uno worldwide. You know, people in the Caribbean we know now listen and now watch with people in Turks and Caicos.
Yeah,
in
Trinidad and Jamaica.
Yeah, we need to hear from Uno.
Let us know what it is that we need to try and change within our communities to be able to better build our
to break
community.
free from this political culture where if the politician not do for you, then you can't do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We need to break free from that. Because of that, it really boils down to a man. There's just this culture that the Don or the politician will come give you a 50 bag and I go give you 10 grand and you go clean up the gully around there. So, and then once you do that, I eat that. You're not alright to get the 10 grand. Where you go invest it in? Who will come invest in your little cook shop? If you have a little cook shop on the corner.
And then the thing is, the man them now think for say, alright, a 10 man and we there so. And here what, the whole way I get a 10 grand, make up put chumps up and put together and try to do something, forget a bigger thing, forget more money are coming, a constant flow. It's always a quick money with Jamaicans. Like,
no, it's
I don't know.
It's not quick money. Once you get it, it's gone.
But listen to me now, them like the quick money where it's just like, alright, you don't have to really do much, but at the end of the day, as they get the one-time money, them not think about the long term.
No,
in other words,
there's no long term thinking.
Like they're thinking it's just alright, short term. No, me just want a little change now. Once me get the money, now I'm good.
And as me say, this is not a blanket statement. This is not exclusively for everyone in the ghetto. You know what I mean? There are ghetto youths, as we said before, we're very forward thinking.
I mean, we're
and
ghetto
very
youths.
family oriented.
We're ghetto
and
youths.
even if we never start, because we never start out as a man where just do have one wife and deal with kids and things like that. We never start out that way there. Understand? But because we get that exposure that maybe others are not getting, and we see the world for what it is, we go outside, we see other cultures, people that do other things, and we learn and we read certain vibration, Marcus Garvey and these people, and we realize that in order to build your nation, you have to build within.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I say? You have to stabilize yourself and your family
dance
first.
Yard before you dance
and
abroad.
then build outside.
Yep.
You see me I say, so now that we're up on the heights of building within, now we need to start think about building outside, you know.
Getting
so
more families, more communities, you know, to
getting
come
people
together
and see say it can work, and see say we can do this as people that come from the same areas want to come from, and we can make it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cause listen to me, we are ghetto youths and we are trying like a thing right now. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about being open and receptive to the positive things that are coming your way, and just understanding that at the end of the day, everybody have their own timing. Yep. But just know, say your ambition are for up, and you have to get the things together. Don't sit down and wait for the next man to give something. Cause if you have to sit down and wait for the next man to give something, you're always hungry. Yes. Cause you can never do it for yourself. You always have to wait, and you don't want to sit down and wait for a man to make you starve. You hear that? So, just know, son, go out there doing the thing. All that you have to do, as long as you're earning in an honest way, just continue to do what you do and continue to grind. And no matter how tiresome you might be, and it might seem like you're going through sleepless nights and nothing is coming out of it, just continue to water your grass. It will be greener one day come. All right? Just continue to stay safe. Continue to stay blessed. We thank you guys for joining us on another episode. Make sure you guys comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Yeah. Make sure you guys jump in on the conversation and tell us how you feel about this episode and other episodes of this podcast. We thank you so much. Again, my name is Nikita. I am your host, and this is my co-host.
I'm like Red Square. Big up on yourself.
Well, good people.
Peace.
Peace out.
Cheers to life. Yeah.
You gotta clink before you drink. Come on now. Well, good people. I'm luck. You mash up my life. You mash up my life.